Give me the microphone first so I can bust like a bubble. Compton and Long Beach, god damn it. Man, you know we're in trouble. Ain't just one of them night J things, baby.
D&D last night, we did the Ravnica where I'm Hank of the Hill Clan.
Oh, yeah.
And I introduced my, finally got his scream down, so I introduced my, oh!
That's fucking great.
The fuck is that? I'm horrified, can't you tell?
That's fucking great. Also
Episode 564 of the TV Dudes.
Recorded November 7th, 2025. The Lowdown.
God damn it, Bobby.
Oh, we can't do this the whole episode. This week, we mosey up to Tulsa for a little sooner.
We actually used that for our opener?
Fuck it.
And we really don't care anymore.
This week, we're going to mosey up to Tulsa for a little Sooner mystery with Sterling Harjo's The Lowdown, starring Ethan Hawke over on FX.
I suppose if we put in the cold open for the beginning of how I was doing the stream, it'll make sense. Anyway, like every show with Tim Blake Nielsen, it's TBM or TBN. This show needed more TBN.
Indeed. But we'll get into all the gritty details of a little pulp crime show that could. Before that, I'm Les.
And I'm Nick.
And we're the TV Dudes. And watching Ethan Hawke get the shit beat out of him isn't all we did this week.
God, we love watching it, though. To the Diaries!
Is that a new black guy? Don't worry about it.
Ooh.
Wait! Before we do the Diaries, though, let's tell them about Patreon. Over at patreon.com/TVDudes, you can pick the shows we watch at the showrunner level, or snag extra episodes each week as we review movies and stuff like that. This week, we're talking about Deathstalker 2025.
Oh, yes.
Which we caught in the theaters recently.
Yes, we will become the power.
Y'all. Last week we talked about Deathstalker 83, the Roger Corman movie, which is an interesting slice of history.
That's my horse.
That is your horse. Deathstalker 2025 is fucking amazing, and you can hear all about it over on Patreon right now.
Deathstalker 2025 is is a good movie. Unqualified.
Indeed. Unqualified. Amazing. Amazing. Go listen to Why right now. It's available. Where can they listen to it?
Oh, on patreon.com/TVDudes.
That's the one. Now we can talk about our show watching.
God, yes!
To the Diaries!
The Diaries of the Television Dudes. Brought to you by only the finest cocaine wine.
Tell it to me, Les. What was the Diaries?
Oh my God! First of all, we talked about gunslingers. If you're wondering why we're doing that voice, so were we. You have obviously not watched Gunslingers, starring Stephen Dorff and Nicolas Cage, along with Sylvester Stallone's daughter.
Right. She has more of a bit part, but
I'm sure she has a name.
We
as
just
well.
were we recognized her from Tulsa King, and we're like, oh!
Oh, yeah, it's you from Tulsa King. Oh. Well, that explains a lot. I actually like her. She's not bad. Nothing was going to save this movie. This is not her fault.
So catch this. Great idea for a movie.
Oh,
it's
man.
a town that is basically full of people that are being hunted, bounties, criminals. Basically, people that are wanted by anyone else and have nowhere else to go. You can buy your way into this town with a children's-looking map, apparently. I still don't know what that was about. But you can buy your way in, and then suddenly you're part of the town, and the town has your back if someone ever comes looking for you. They hang you in a way that, it looks like you can take pictures, they take a picture with you in the coffin, they bury it, there's a whole grave. It's a whole thing, very convincing. Apparently works on most people.
I don't know if it's all the people, but the Stephen Dorff, who we see, is the person we see go through this process, he's wanted alive. It's not wanted dead or alive in the classic Western poster. So they're not trying to bring your corpse back. I'm sure it works better in that regard. You're wanted by somebody that doesn't need to see your severed head in a bag.
Yeah.
It's a corpse? Fuck. Well, there's no bounty then. I don't care.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a great idea. A whole town of history of violence, basically.
Yes. And you can already imagine the Western style movie that would pop up out of that.
It's the reverse of Yojimbo. Instead of somebody or all the variants they've made of that, instead of the man with no name rolling into a town that needs him to save them from two rival gangs,
it's the town with no name.
It's a gang rolling into a town with no name. and not knowing what they've done.
Yeah.
That, like, no, you shouldn't have pickpocketed her, man.
Yeah, and that's just someone you can see in the first act. They're all king shit and trying to like make things, and then they kill one person in the town, and then the second act, like, oh, why'd you have to go and do that, son? Well, why'd you have to go dig up that coffin?
It's such a good idea that we're gonna ditch everything else in Gunslinger, and just that's just too good in a classic Western idea. It's fucking brilliant. And you know how we always say, listeners, they can all start.
Man,
not this one.
Addendum.
Not this one. Yeah. Holy shit. This movie starts bad and gets worse. It's one of the rare things that Nick has ever looked over and gone, I'm sorry, I pushed play on this.
I'm sorry, I started watching this.
It's like, man, we've watched Sharks of the Corn. We've abandoned movies before,
I thought this
but
would
like,
be fun.
No, like it's not even fun. It's just bad. It's too coherent to fully get to laugh at, but not coherent enough to be good. Well, nothing makes any sense, particularly none of Nicolas Cage's choices.
Filled with cliches that they know they have to be there, but don't recognize the reason that they work. That is the weirdest
effect. It's like having a story told you by a little kid. Mm-hmm. Like they know some moments are supposed to be there, but there's no setup to it. Like you don't know why.
Someone has to make a impassioned speech that we all need to stick together in this town because that's what this town is for. But they haven't spent the time introducing the town or that person giving the speech.
Right.
I don't know his name. Who is that?
Yeah, the movie's just.
By the time
lame.
They have someone like, I have a medical kit. Wait, you're a doctor? Yeah, his name's Doc. That can't be your. There's no way I've gone through this whole movie without hearing your name one time.
Yeah, it's nuts, and everything needs to count, and nothing does. So that by the fourth or fifth time that Dorif and his brother meet up in the street to discuss terms. And like there's only the same scene over and over.
There's only two locations left. There's in that saloon and then there's out in the street.
In the middle of the street.
So really we have to change up the location for each conversation every once in a while.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're doing, I guess.
Gunslingers was terrible.
The most interesting thing about it would be Nicolas Cage just as one, he has cross glasses.
Right. Even though this is not a vampire western.
No, much as what you might hope or wish it to be.
He's basically the only person in color. Like, he's wearing, like, a red shirt. Everyone else is in, like, Western dirt tan.
And apparently he's very into the Bible. Not sure if he's the preacher of the town.
But it seems like he's a guy that is...
sworn off violence.
Yeah, and...
but we don't know why.
And maybe sworn off booze, maybe, kind of. Or tries to... Anyway, it's weird. And everything he talks is like this.
And then he does this weird thing where he does these... I think he thinks he's doing hymns for like Bible hymns.
Right, like a call and response church.
But it's really like blues, like James Brown level of like, help me!
It reads
Jesus.
as two James. It does not read as call and response and a church, which is what it's supposed to be for like 1903. It reads as James Brown. Like, it reads as like, is the hot tub.
Well, also he's doing this hand thing the whole time. So he's like doing a jazz thing. And I'm like, yeah, this is too early for that though. Like, blues and jazz music won't exist until like, okay.
Even the like church spiritual, I can think of. I don't know that that's 1903. Even if it's dead accurate, it's something you would have to have a historian go, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Which means it doesn't work as something for the audience because I'm watching it going, that seems jarringly out of place.
Well, one of the goofs of it we've found in IMDb was that incendiary bullets weren't created back then.
Yes, a guy gets set on fire with an incendiary bullet. Only it's not even explained. Like it just opens.
I was like, man, did he get hit with did that bullet set him on fire?
We're like, that bullet burned.
Well, he can't have an incendiary bullet.
It's also why we thought it was like, all right, well now this dude's got cross sunglasses. Is this a demon's thing? Because that dude caught fire when you shot him with a silver bullet, or what was that? No, it's turned out it was an incendiary round after they kill a Rockefeller.
I don't understand why they weren't Pinkertons.
Dude. Seriously, it's a terrible movie. Don't. Just skip. Just skip.
It was really a disappointing thing.
So I watched several movies this week, weirdly. I watched a movie, I believe it's Spanish, it's in Spanish, called The Coffee Table, that was at Fantastic Fest.
Right.
I remember seeing the director in the Facebook group for Fantastic Fest. He was a super nice guy, just being like, really like, oh man, I'm so, hope folks want to go see my little movie.
Mm-hmm.
And just seemed like a really really nice fellow. This movie is so fucking mean. Oh man.
People watch my movie about a coffee
It is.
table.
Yeah, this husband and wife have been trying to have a kid for like 2 years, and they finally worked, and they've got a just a few month old kid, and so they're looking tired as shit. This is like the first time they've been out of the house, and they buy this coffee table because they don't have any furniture. They get in a huge fucking fight over it. The husband loves it, and the wife thinks it's the ugliest thing ever, and they take it home. Husband assembles it, fight through the whole thing. Finally, he tells her like, go to the store and get yourself a bottle of wine. You can pump and dump. Like, you have not been out of the house since we've had this kid. Do it. While she's gone, horrible accident happens that is insane and gruesome, and goes exactly where you think it's going to go. And then most of the movie unfolds as he's trying to hide this from her for the rest of the day, as people come over and they have his brother and his brother's girlfriend, who's also pregnant, over for dinner. And like, it is Between Two Ferns meets Rope, like, awkward. I would normally hate something like this. It is, I don't know, it insanely well done. There should be, I've never say this, there should be an English remake of it, because you kind of want to chill and like, like do something else in the middle of it, because it sneaks up on you when you realize like, oh wow, he's like 3 shades paler and more flop sweaty now, and just getting weirder and weirder at dinner. It was a blast. When it all comes to light at the end, it is a fucking train wreck. It's called The Coffee Table. I think it's over on Shudder. I would recommend. Yeah.
It's the only thing we watched over on Shudder.
It's not. We watched Night of the Reaper.
Now, that was a fun one in regards to, we thought that, like, wasn't sure where that movie was going, but there's a nice, I don't want to call it a twist ending, but like a surprise near the end where like, oh, okay, some of the things that weren't lining up all of a sudden line up now. Like some character motivations and stuff. But basically, it is a babysitter, babysitting the sheriff's kid on a night where he's getting tapes sent to him from this serial killer that killed the previous babysitter in a house, and like is responsible for some other killings.
Right. He's had this unsolved murder, or that he thinks is, that's bothering him. Yeah, and he's getting led by the nose.
Right. And she's dealing with increasingly creepy shit at the sheriff's house as he's dealing with shit down at the station and throughout the town. It goes back and forth on creepy stuff. There is a little bit of like her reflection doesn't move at one point, where I was like, okay, well, that makes me think supernatural. It's not honestly supernatural at all.
It's not, and I liked the whole rest of the movie so much that it made me mad that they felt unconfident enough to need to use that.
Right.
Like, they just didn't need to. I would re-edit that movie and cut that shot out.
They
don't need it. It's a misdirect they don't need.
This feels like a festival movie that like took a swing and its ending and like paid off.
and it does. It is twisty and twists back and forth maybe a couple of more times than
it really needs to.
But it is still a blast. I
thought it was very good.
I enjoyed, maybe not the like grand slam, crack a windshield in the parking lot.
I wouldn't say it's this creator or director's magnum opus quite yet, but I would be interested in what he does next.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I dug it. Let's see. Also watched, we watched The A-Team, which is always a fucking classic.
A-Team was one of the ones where, I don't know what we were talking about, but it was hey, how effective is propaganda? Well, propaganda is so effective that they can make you believe in a message that you really don't believe in, which is that, hey, B.A. Baracus has taken a vow of non-violence in that movie,
right?
After he went to prison because he has anger issues, and honestly, it's a good.
It's the right move for him. It's a growth moment for his character.
Moment for him.
But no, also, the growth moment in this movie is this man learning to kill again.
He has to learn to kill again. And
thanks to the teachings of Gandhi.
And to a point where it's so effective, even as we were talking about it, we're still mad at him in the movie.
I mean, mad enough to kind of want to turn the movie off.
Yeah, like, fuck you, B.A. Come on, get with it.
Fuck you, Joe Carnahan. Why is this movie doing this to me? Why are you ruining the A-Team?
Only so that we can fuck you at the end where he snaps that guy in half.
Oh my god, yeah.
And we're all like, yeah!
What are we rooting for? What is wrong with me?
What are our values?
Yeah. Our values are that you can fly that tank.
Also, that movie rules.
Oh my god, that movie rules. Go watch The A-Team right now. It's fucking great. The Joe Carnahan movie, it's a blast. If you don't like it, you're wrong.
It's a dad movie.
On Halloween night, Fanny and I watched Hereditary, which I fucking love.
That's a fun one.
God, I love that movie. It's just beautiful.
When I talk about A24's hits and misses, that's definitely one of the hits.
Every time I watch it, I catch another shot misdirect where I realize that some tiny shot was a miniature.
I see.
Like,
that's cool.
Almost every time I catch some little bit where I'm like, that is seamlessly blended. You sneaky fuck. That can't work that way. God damn. Yeah, beautifully shot.
Well, we also watched Vicious, and that's...
God damn it. That's why I was like, what else are we going to talk about on here? Vicious.
And that one was just basically... I watched
I'm
that
mad
because...
at that movie, dude.
Well, it had a good start of like, well, I'm just going to start then, which is...
Dude, talking about they can all start, man.
Yeah.
Vicious can. I had started Vicious and gotten 10 minutes in, and then you came in the room and was like, I'm just going to restart this because this was strong, dude.
Old lady comes up to, like, with a box, is just like, well, I used to know the person that lived here.
I'm at the wrong house. I have this card my son gave me to call a cab.
My son, I can call him. Could I have a glass?
Sad.
Could I have a glass of water?
And it's snowing outside.
Yeah,
and
like you can see why Elle Fanning or Dakota Fanning is gonna.
She straight up makes a judgment call of like, I can take this lady in a fight. Yeah, you can come in.
And also, I don't want to watch I don't want to step over this lady's corpse in the morning.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, Grandma Sickle.
Yeah,
it's not gonna work.
So yeah, and then she comes in, she like. Oh, you're so kind or whatever. And then at some point, like, she looks into the mirror, which you'll realize why in a later scene, but that's stupid.
But in the moment,
it's like...
It seems like she just kind of looks at the fire for a second and goes, I'm going to just start.
Yeah. Hey, what happened to your old lady voice? Like, we don't have time for that shit.
Yeah, I don't have time for that shit. These are yours now.
So this is yours now? You're going to need these? And it's a good opener, but also that movie has no consistent rules that it follows.
If Hereditary, not Hereditary, Heretic,
that's right.
If it wasn't even a maze, if it was just random shit that happened to these two girls for the rest of the movie, just like totally random shit.
Right. And Hugh Grant,
feel like no lesson.
And Hugh Grant doesn't explain why he's doing it fucking all.
No.
So there's a point in Gunslingers where I was like the props department fell down. Like, what was Set Deck doing? Like, the fake booze doesn't look right.
We didn't mention they shot Gunslingers at a closing down like Western amusement park.
Yeah.
It looks so fucking.
It looks really bad. It looks fucking awful.
Oh man, I paused it at one point and was like, "That is Garden Center lattice."
So throughout that movie, Les, I kept asking you in a kind of like, if maybe one of these times you'll have the answer, but it's really bothering me. What was with that map?
Right.
Is that map going to come back at all? I know I'm
going to go to my grave wondering what the map in Gunslingers meant.
It looked so awful. I thought it had to be plot important. Otherwise, why show it? It looks
if I
terrible.
meet the writer-director of Gunslingers, it's the only question I'm going to want to ask, but I won't be able to talk to him because I won't be able to keep my face right and he'll punch me.
And in Vicious, I was like, why is the fingers and toes what people need?
Oh my God.
Because you have to put things in the box, and one is a thing you hate, a thing you need, and a thing you love.
Sometimes.
But also in the next time around,
Seems
it was
it's
different.
The thing you want. Yeah.
But like, so in the thing you hate was like, oh no, you don't hate smoking. Like, well, I mean, on some level, she probably. That's a problem with an arbitrary rule. Like,
but I get the motherfucker of like, you're right. My family wants me to quit, but I don't.
All right.
Like I could almost see that one. It was clever in a way I don't really care for, but I was like,
But she ends up putting a cross in. She hates God or faith.
She's
or
mad
something.
at her because when her dad died.
And I was like,
and then her dad attacks her all rotted. Why?
Yeah, and it's like it's so on the nose very much. But
so many times the things attacking her lead her away from what the thing wants her to do.
Yeah, like it's not accomplished. The box wants you to put shit in it.
Right.
So why is the box scaring her into away from the box?
Yeah.
I don't understand the motivation for the box, what it's trying to accomplish.
It's supposedly depression and ruminating whatever thoughts you can't,
I guess it's intrusive
thoughts
and trying to problem solve a problem that you can't solve, I guess is what it is. But also that doesn't track because it gives you rules that it doesn't follow.
Right.
Which is weird. I'm like, oh, wait, are there no rules or are there rules and they just don't make sense? Because one's a metaphor and one's shitty writing. And also the metaphor one's also kind of shitty writing, but you get a pass for it. Like, to the point where at the end she gets a call and she ignores it. And you and I were both, what is the shot indicating? And I took and I have to say this, a stab in the dark. Like, if I had to guess what this means is that she is ignoring the box problem and deciding to move forward with her life and just ignore.
But the only way to win is to ignore this.
It's the only way to win is to and not play and not engage with her depression or her negative thoughts or whatever the metaphor is.
And I deeply hate when suicide's the answer for these kinds of movies. But second only is just don't think about it.
Just don't think about what? That also can't be the answer. Anyway,
have you tried not dwelling on it, honey?
Because the rules are so, and you don't know what's a hallucination and what isn't. The stakes are impossible to figure out. Her family are sort of in danger, or maybe dead at one point, and I don't know. So I don't know how to.
Why is the little girl brought out at one point? It doesn't. Oh my god! We were so annoyed at this movie at the end. Not like Gunslingers. That was different, but
well, this one had like a potential at least.
Yeah,
this one had a budget, and.
I was mad at this one, like, No One Will Save You.
Yes, No One Will Save You. It's been so long, I actually forget the logic problem I have with No One Will Save You.
I can't remember.
I'm not going back
to watch it, because I remember it was real. I was big mad. It's like Marrowbone.
Did we do a Patreon on it? I'll go listen.
I believe we did.
I'll do the Patreon. I'll listen to the Patreon and try and remember what I hated about that movie.
Yeah, that'll take a lot less time.
But yeah, I was not a fan of that. There's also a movie on we watched a lot of AMC and Shudder since we put it on, which is pretty cool. But Dangerous Animals.
Yes, how was that?
So, Dangerous Animals is Jai Courtney is in his point of his career where he's given up doing anything that isn't an Australian accent without him being kind of a charming douchebag.
Right. No,
good for you.
No, he's found his Statham lane.
I swear to God, if you could watch Spartacus Blood and Sand for a minute, if you could stomach it for a minute, like it's trash, but I love it. He's pretty good in that with a British accent and an actual character that's likable and not a douche. So much so that he's unrecognizable. You won't recognize him. But ever since then, he's never really been the same thing. Like, I couldn't believe he wasn't our main character in American Primeval, actually. Other than the fact that he'd have to be kind of a good guy.
Right, and he's not.
And he wouldn't come off, like, he would come off as too dangerous.
He's a psycho into that beard.
He'd come off as too much of a dangerous animal.
Yeah.
So this is a serial killer who uses sharks to kill people. That's it. Whatever you think about a movie that has a serial killer that uses sharks in it, there you go. To the point where I'm not disappointed in it. It does everything it needs to do. But also, there is no, like, I can't tell you, like, oh man, about this part, you won't, you'll expect exactly that thing to happen. Man, you'll see exactly that coming.
And that's not nothing, man. We watch a lot of movies where we're like, well, weren't you going to do the thing? No? All right.
Yeah, but they're all satisfying. It needs to do, like, it does all the things it needs to do. It's just, it's weird to have a movie where I'm like, oh, I didn't come away with anything new or fresh or anything about that other than the fact that it's serial killer using a shark, even though I think I've seen that in a low-budget movie somewhere before. But, fucking Shark Night. That's kind of what they're doing in Shark Night. Yep. It's a little different, but it's what Donald Logue is kind of doing in Shark Night. There's a, obvious metaphor for fishing and game shark of, like, that, like, oh, well, you shouldn't have involved him. He's just a fish, not like you and me. We're dangerous animals. We're sharks.
He said the name of the movie.
We're predators. Like, like, oh, really? Is that what we're... Oh, I see the shark is a metaphor for you.
It's a metaphor.
Where you're eating... Oh, I didn't... Like, the movie, like, you don't have to explain this part of it.
Nope, got that.
You can go in a little bit more of, like... Though there's one part where I liked where he's like, marlin. Hey, do you know why marlin are the choice sports fishermen for fishermen? It's not because of the size. There's bigger fish. It's not because of the beauty. There's like, it's because of the fight. Marlin fight like you wouldn't believe. Like, marlin have the most fight of any fish per pound ever. But it's all for show. Once that hook is set, they're basically in the boat. It's all an artifice. Fishermen like the idea
of a fight.
Yeah. And he's
That's actually pretty good.
And he's explaining, like, look, girl, you had never had it. I like the idea of a fight.
You two were dead when you came on the boat.
But you're dead when you stepped on the boat.
Right. All the rest of this is playing
all
with
of
my
the
food.
all of this rest of this is artifice.
Right.
And I liked that, like, when he gives up the game, like, he's not quite a predator. It's more
He's
of
a sport hunt.
Yeah. He's like just cat batting around a mouse. Like,
yeah. That's actually, I like that more than the like romanticized I was made to kill.
Yeah. That's what I liked more. It was one of the significant points I liked about that movie.
See, I watched, went to the theaters and saw
Did you?
a Texas horror movie called Shelby Oaks.
That's right.
That I would recommend. I think it might be out of theaters now, but it'll be on streaming very soon. Then it was an indie movie. Chris Struckman, I believe, is the writer-director of it. And Aaron Kuntz that produced Revival produced it. And I believe out of however they indie funded this, Mike Flanagan got wind of it at some point and liked it enough, or it reminded him of was it Amnesia or whatever his first movie.
Oh, okay.
That's not the title of it. I can't remember it. But anyway, reminded him of his roots, and he came on as a producer. So it's got Michael Beach and Keith David in very indie movie roles. Like you have a sheriff and a prison warden that have like one scene they've got to like knock out of the park. So it's good you brought in a couple of like legit actors to do this. But it's a fun little horror movie. Basically, it starts as a Blair Witch kind of thing. This girl and 3 of her co-hosts on a YouTube channel they're ghost facers, basically. They've gone missing. And it in the kind of cold open of the movie, they run you through this post Blair Witch little synopsis of news footage and whatnot. And there's kind of some fun allusions, like the 2025-ness of it, of like or 2000s whenever they went missing.
Sure.
That like it's hard to get people to really take seriously to look for them because it seems like a stunt for a YouTube channel that they're missing in this ghost town.
Yeah.
And like her sisters and basically it's been a dozen years and there's finally a documentary being made about the fact that like, hey, so that thing we all thought was a hoax, yeah, those folks are still fucking missing.
Oh, whoa.
And like that's not a bad thing for a documentary. And the reason that I got interested in seeing it, the moment in the trailer, one of the missing people's sister is being interviewed for this thing, for this documentary, and that's how we kind of pick up her story. But in the trailer, you see her get a knock at her front door. She opens the door, and this dude is holding a tape with the name of the town that her sister disappeared in, puts a gun to his head and kills himself. Like, no fucking lead up.
Damn.
And it's nuts. The shot, the way they shoot it in the movie, or show it in the movie, is a different angle and shot, and more, like, I'm really happy they changed it up. I think it's more effective in the movie. But it kicks in for, like, that's the opening credit, basically. And, like, it kicks in from there, and she goes a little Silent Hill about, like, that's it, I'm going to this fucking ghost town and finding my goddamn sister. And, like, her husband is like, you need help, and leaves, and, like, no one will help her. And she, more than most movies I've seen, she just decides, fuck this. I'm getting in the truck and driving to the fucking prison that's closed down that I need to investigate. I'm just going to kick the goddamn door in. Like, she just keeps going, and in a way that you're like, lady, you're gonna die. Like, stop going to these places. Like, wait for backup. God damn. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. If it's not been on your radar, it's a fun trailer. Go check out Shelby Oaks, and then look for it on streaming.
Before we wrap up too, I didn't want to forget, we didn't watch all of it for sure, but I did show you, because I was going through some Schlocktober. I did end up showing you the end of The Maze. 1953's The Maze.
How did the guy put it? If you were expecting
some sort of gothic horror, well, I'm sorry to say that you have run into some amphibian tomfoolery with the
delusions of
Shakespearean grandeur.
Oh my God, you were like, I'm not even going to explain it. You have to watch it. There's no way. You're going to think, if I tell you what the monster looks like, you're going to somehow in your head make it scary. You're going to try to make it into something.
Or, like, I was worried more that I'm going to think you're going to think this is a different type of movie if I tell you what the monster is.
Right.
Because
it is. So this is a highbrow
highbrow from 1953, like big actors for the time, very classy, like theater stage production actors in very classy conversations.
I'll be real, even them just walking through it's slow, but it's not bad.
It is. I couldn't express enough. Like, this is a for real, seriously taken movie.
Dead serious.
Like, dead serious. Had to go to a theater to see it.
It obviously is about people at an estate with a giant maze, and they, things happen, getting lost, whatever.
Right. Something is haunting the halls of this cathedral or castle that this woman and her
from
fiancé...
what you said, in no way is it hinted at what is going on.
You hear some noises, and there's some shadows and stuff like that. I think at one point they find a footprint, but it doesn't quite read as what you'd think it would be. And I'm hesitant to... I would almost want to, like, for those listening, I don't want to actually say what it is.
No, because... In a podcast that has never given two fucks about spoilers, we're gonna hold back on spoiling the maze. Go look it up on YouTube. It's not streaming anywhere good.
If you never see the maze, it won't be any skin off your back. But it
is a monster so ridiculous I almost peed a little.
To watch the last 15 minutes is something to behold, because not only the monster reveal, like, less you were laughing, but also the monster's demise is sudden and like hilarious.
Had to rewind it back.
And also then the explanation.
Oh my god, the falling action
explanation of how
I'll
they
try
have
to explain as best I can.
I'll try to explain as best I can. You better.
How?
Well, you see
I'm interested in any words you're going to put together to explain that.
Well, now you see the human embryo. It goes through all stages of evolution at birth.
I don't think that's true.
No, that's not. No, I'm not a scientist, but I don't think
there's a moment where you could take somebody off of the
and
birth track and they'd be like all the different animals on the planet or whatever. Like,
yeah. Like, it's not a roulette wheel that you could just stop.
Thank God at 9 months it stops at human. But oh my God, keep you in there any longer, you might be an elephant.
Oh no,
that's not how any of this works.
And then how does it end, Les? By one of the characters just staring into the camera, saying,
God.
"Oh well," and then Pete and Dave.
Here's the Animal House blips about where everybody goes,
and they're married now, and the castle is modernized, except for that one place where that horrible thing happened.
Seriously, it's like they just does anybody know how to get us out of this? I don't know how to end it. Margaret, look straight at the camera and
would you say less like, oh, well, this is before we figured out how to end movies. That's just unfortunate.
Right. Seriously.
Like, we don't know how to end movies yet. Sorry.
I know, just take the sax out of your mouth, man. What the fuck? Like, yeah.
It was quite delightful.
Quite delightful. The only other thing I watched this week, I think, was Talamasca. Oh, I watched all my Paramount shows, which are a blast.
That too.
And I did watch. I wanted to watch High Potential, but it's on its mid-season break because shows schedules suck now. But Talamasca is so they put out 2 episodes to start, and a lot of shows have done that recently. Sometimes it seems like there's a reason, sometimes not. There's a fucking reason in Talamasca.
No.
The first episode sets up the character that you got to meet and Elizabeth McGovern and like the org he's being recruited into. Mm-hmm. The second episode actually kicks into the show's actual weekly mechanic, like how the show works.
Oh, okay.
Which this is it's one of the most spy show things I've seen in a while. Like, in a way that I think is getting mixed reviews from the people that are going to watch this show are the people that watched Mayfair Witches and Interview with the Vampire. And it is not like either one of those shows particularly. It's dealing with vampires, but basically, there's this watcher organization, like a watcher council or whatever, that tries to keep an eye on vampires and has for 1,000 years. And they don't make very many moves. They just basically try to keep info because at least some level of fucking knowledge. Like, vampires don't want anything getting out about anything about them. And there's other shit that's real.
Which leads them up to that interview you were involved with, like that infamous interview.
So
fucking Louis, that little bitch.
In the Talamasca show, there are houses throughout the world, continental style, Watcher Council style.
Cool.
The London house has gone rogue, and everybody knows it in the organization, but nobody has enough proof to make a move against that house. But it's very clear that house is doing something. And everybody's pretty sure that it's been infiltrated and taken over. It's basically being run by a vampire.
Okay.
which is insanely like
Yeah.
that's Hydra and Shield dangerous.
Yeah.
And in the show, they're getting to kind of like, well, what does he want to do by having this org? Like, why, if you've done that, why are you keeping it quiet? What are you trying to use the Talamasca for?
Yeah.
They've had at some point in their history, like a library fire, like Library of Alexandria fire, where they thought they were being robbed. They weren't. Basically all of at some point, their history store got reset.
Okay.
And they were like, cool. Well, that was the first 1,000 years or 500 years of our existence just gone. Which that alone would be enough for an enemy to want to do it. But there'd always been a rumor that it was a fucking theft.
That they got something.
But it was done 100 years ago, or 200 years ago. So this is before microfiche or anything, or zip drives or thumb drives or anything like that. So it's always just been a fairy tale of no, it really was a heist. Everything didn't burn. But nobody can ever, whatever. That's just a fucking story that bullshit. Everybody's pretty sure that that's real, and that's what this dude's after. Is wouldn't it be great to be the vampire that has blackmail dirt on a bunch of other vampires? And that's basically the setup of the show. So they need to bring a kid in that needs to look like he's had basically they have him get picked up by a girl, and then she ends up dead. They set up an event where he looks fucking furious at the Talamasca, enough so that he would get that he could go straight to this vampire and be like, fuck them, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
And the guy kind of buy it. And that's kind of where the show is, but it is very spy code, go wait for a dead drop signal.
Well, he's got to figure out how to use his
He's also a low grade psychic
power, right?
Yeah,
to get info. So that's a great idea for a spy thing.
And it's fun that he's kind of bad at it, not super strong at it because he's never had to push against anybody who could defend. And now that he's around vampires and people who are aware that psychics are real, it feels clumsy. If he pushes, other people are like, hey, fucking stop that.
Well, yeah, and he can't. How do you get good at it when you'd have to practice against a vampire, but every time you push up against a vampire, you run the risk of them tearing your throat out.
Right. He's following a dude, and the guy goes 3 or 4 shady places, and then he goes to a place where he's talking to somebody, and that person suddenly looks up out a window to the sidewalk outside, straight at the kid, and without moving his lips, hey, what are you doing? And oh, fuck.
Shit.
What do you run? That guy can move superhumanly fast. It's interesting. I'm not drooling to watch it again. I'm probably going to let a couple of them pile up. Because I need to be a little deeper into the story.
Everyone's idea of vampires has changed throughout time.
But every generation gets the vampires they deserve.
Yeah. I did like that the 90s Blade vampires were basically just Gen X or fucking
right. Industrial goth kids.
The cool thing about being a vampire is that you can get fucking wasted. That's the best thing about. But also I like the Anne Rice the interview with the vampires. Their take is what's your take on vampires? Bitchy and gay.
Right, man, because Jason Schwartzman he
is so
asshole.
Bitchy and gay.
Yeah, so I'm digging on it. It's I'm gonna keep watching it. Definitely since we've got AMC right now, we're tearing through it. That's probably about. Oh, I also watched a documentary on Twisted Sister. If you don't know anything about Twisted Sister, there's a pretty long documentary on Amazon, and it's a trip, man. They are a weird band. I did not realize all their weird history.
They spoke up to the Senate one time.
I knew Dee Snider is a lot more competent than you would think could show up to a Senate hearing, but half that band was sober and never drank. I mean, never. It's not like they got sober. Never drank, never smoked.
Not a bad pact to make if you're going to go
work hard.
Yeah, if you're going to go and be in the rock
to the point that they found this weird circuit between New York and Detroit where they were playing for cash every night. And playing 5-6 nights a week, 3 or 4 sets a night. And the Beatles in Hamburg kind of shit. But they did it for 6 or 7 years. It got to a point where they were selling out these insanely huge venues with no record deal and nothing on the radio. Could not get a single on the radio. but we're making enough cash that the little labels that would occasionally come to them couldn't offer like enough to break this. Like, I don't know, dude, we're getting paid in a way that you guys can't afford to pay us.
Yeah.
And it took a weird number of tries before somebody finally went, yeah, okay, we'll sign them to our label. By that point, they had a following that was insane. I had no idea, like how much they were selling out crap. They couldn't get anything on the radio, so they realized that if they offered to the clubs, hey, we'll pay for your radio ad, but we're gonna, for the 1 minute radio ad, we're just gonna start with the name of your club, 1 minute of our song, and the name of your club again.
Okay.
And it sounds like you're on the radio.
Yeah.
If people just are flipping through the radio, it sounds like Twisted Sister's on the fucking radio. But they're not. They bought those spots.
They bought ad space.
He was like, so there's a lot of people in New York that straight up thought we had a lot of hit singles, man. And like, nope, we paid for every one of those spots. He's like, but anything they could do, anything they could do to get the audience over, like crazy hardworking.
That's some hustle.
Yeah. It's basically like a crazy documentary about some wild hustle. Anyway, that's I think that's the only other thing I watched. Well, now feels probably like a good time to amble over to FX for a look at the Lowdown.
This is Lee Raybon.
Lee Raybon.
He'll write for any publications that'll humor his conspiracies.
You read my paper? It's booty and bad guys.
He's rough around the edges.
Dad, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. You want to drive?
Now and again, he gets in over his head.
Pain is only temporary.
Let me out!
Until it ain't.
Oh, shit.
The Lowdown is an American television series created by Sterling Harjo for FX, stars Ethan Hawke, and it premiered on September 23rd, 2025. The premise is that it's set in Tulsa, Oklahoma, featuring a man who, quote-unquote, knows too much, and is loosely inspired by truth historian, Leroy Chapman. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, self-styled truth historian and bookseller Lee Raybon, Ethan Hawke, has published an expose about the powerful Washburn clan. Dale Washburn, black sheep of the family, Tim Blake Nelson, hides letters in a bunch of books he owns before being found dead of an apparent suicide. Hilarity ensues. So this, you would swear, is based on a pulp novel series, but there is no source material.
If I never heard the term true story again, oh, it would be too soon. All right.
I think, honestly, everybody he bugs probably regrets ever having heard that fucking term. So you would swear, like, Walter Mosley co-wrote on this, the guy that created Easy Rollins and Devil in a Blue Dress and all that. You'd swear that there was a series of books that this is. Yeah. You would swear it's based on a Jim Thompson novel. It's not. Like, he's mentioned a ton of times in the series and is a real author, writes great fucking hard-boiled pulp books.
There is only one plot. Nothing is as it seems.
Who said that? Jim Thompson.
Jim Thompson said
like every single show that has Tim Blake Nelson, this show needs more Tim Blake Nelson. And I would say any show, when you luck into chemistry, seize upon it. I don't care what show you wrote. When you put Ethan Hawke and Keith David in a room and you realized how fun, like what a fun fucking Lethal Weapon you had here.
Maybe it was genuinely too late when they realized, because they only really spend one episode together.
And it's way late in the game, and like they are so cute together, it's amazing. So this show's entirely set in Tulsa in a way that Tulsa King simply is not anymore.
Yeah.
It is so of Tulsa. Like, I lived there from 96 to 99. And holy shit. I mean, like, this is shot now. This is in Tulsa, like, right now. But, like, come on. It feels... change that, but it's very much fucking...
Oh, you didn't miss the whole modernization of Tulsa?
No, I did not. Yeah, that was wild at moments. So... Hawke's character Lee Raybon is based on a real dude, Leroy Chapman, in the Center for Public Secrets. So Chapman and Hawke looks like the cleaned up version of this man. Like as ass whooped as he look, like as shitty as he looks at points. Like the photo I found of Leroy Chapman, he is scruffy, grunge band scruffy.
Sure.
And he is not so much a journalist or historian. History tends to be written by the winners.
Mm-hmm.
He's that persnickety fuck that just like Rorschach, like the like, no, there's nothing to gain, and you're gonna shoot me in the back for walking away, saying I'm gonna expose this, but I'm gonna die on this hill. I'm die on every hill.
Mm-hmm.
When I lived in Tulsa, there was the Brady Arts District, the Brady Theater. Like, the way that shit's named Moody in Austin, everything was named Brady. It isn't now, because this dude proved that their ex-governor, I believe, was Klan.
Yeah.
Like, flat out,
yeah,
like, destroyed him years later. Like, just being the, like, what does it matter? Like, what does it matter now? There's no real justice to it except the, like, no, you don't get away with this over I don't give a fuck if it has no record.
The justice is that his name isn't on the
you don't
thing
get away
anymore.
with it. Yeah. And I kept thinking about that across this series, because he discovers all the parts of this plot, and it stops the land deal and such that's going down, but it doesn't stop the deaths and tragedy that happen off of it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't like retroactively fix anything.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to follow it through.
Well, that's the thing that is when he's hanging out with his kid, is the kid seems to like, yo, I don't care what anyone says, Dad. You're a good guy. You're a moral man in the fact that you can't see a right go on wrong, like, you can't see a wrong go unrighted.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you kind of a unreliable dad, but also a good person. So I like that the daughter is very much accepted him in a way no other person,
not even him.
Yeah, that like
where the daughter's constantly like, stop, like the worst thing you're doing right now, Dad, is beating yourself up.
Stop justifying this to me or to yourself even. And like, hey,
you fucking are.
I'm a kid. This is fun for me. This is an adventure. And until it isn't,
he weirdly reminds me of having just seen one battle after another. He weirdly reminds me of DiCaprio's character in that. So the daughter is an actress that is going to absolutely.
She actually looks like
she's great.
She looks how I think Maya Hawke should look like, as far as Ethan Hawke's kid.
Ryan Kira Armstrong, I believe, is who she is.
I kind of like, hey, we need someone who looks like Ethan Hawke.
Of course, you know where we know her from, right? She's Fern in Skeleton Crew.
Ah, god damn it! That's why I like her.
She is going to be, I believe, the head Slayer in the new Buffy.
Awesome. Well, I do like that she looks like a Ethan Hawke kid, more like to the point that I note that there's a sore spot in Maya Hawke's history of where she lost out auditions playing her dad's kid.
Right. That
because like I guarantee you it wasn't her, but there was other kids that are like, no, you don't really look enough like your dad to play this part, which is weird.
Right.
But like it's that Thurman DNA, I think.
Yeah.
But you know, like what? No, we needed a Kid Hawk. But like one that looks like a Kid Hawk type kid.
Though.
Yeah. Fuck off. Get out of here.
And Maya spent most of her childhood just telling people Tony Hawk was her dad.
Now that I can buy.
Which I think is fucking hilarious.
Now that's a face that I think Tony Hawk is face planted on doing an ollie.
Right. So this is a whole fucking skeevy white supremacist Oklahoma land deal thing with Kyle MacLachlan as the world's just believably dipshit. Just like bad shit's happening. How does Ethan Hawke put it? Of like, man, I'm just gonna read the numbers out loud. But when you hear how much this land is selling for, that sounds like a bribe to you, right?
In a way that I think he lays it out later. That's kind of I think is fair to the story and him of that. Okay, look. Do I believe that you are a willing participant of this? No. Do I believe that you kind of allowed yourself to be duped in a way?
Right.
That you didn't know about this because you kind of didn't want to know about this.
You didn't go out and hire men to kill your brother.
Yeah.
But you looked the other way so many times during this.
This can't happen
willfully.
without you. This can't happen without you being fucking blind to this in a way that is frankly unacceptable.
Right, like the monkey statue with the fucking hands over its eyes.
I did not like this show.
Yeah, I can tell you were not grooving with this.
I think this is a good show in the way that Black Rabbit is a good show. And even some seasons of Fargo. I don't know how to... There's not really a lot of shows like it's a crime show, but it's kind of got a weird vibe to it. The closest I could think of it was it's like, okay, so it's like Fargo, except no one's extra out there. There's not like an Uli Sin Eater or like it's...
Right, there's not the one... it's Sterling Harjo is... This is different DNA-wise than what Noah Hawley does.
Yeah.
Because like Fargo, every season's got a Noah Hawley moment.
Yeah,
that's Uli's magic, or just something's,
or Plessy Plemons finds a guy in his car in the fucking his car,
right.
with his wife. Like there's a moment
or the
that
house electrocution in that when Juno Temple accidentally fucking electrocutes her husband.
Well, a thing that like makes me for real like, when is the next episode, you bitch? Like,
and this is the same creator as Reservation Dogs, which was 100% vibe hangout.
Right.
And I'd say this is 50%, maybe 60% vibe hangout. It's vibe hangout less than 2 hours away from my hometown. Mm-hmm. So for me, this was Fargo if I actually said you betcha. Like if I actually talked like that, I feel like this is it looks so the vibe hangout times are somehow get to the... I'm glad I didn't stay in Northeast Texas or Southern Oklahoma, but this gets to whatever was cool. Like, whatever felt cool about living there.
Yeah.
And, like, why you might stay.
I do like
this got that vibe for me.
So there's a difference between this and Revival, which is definitely shot in Canada.
Right.
But, like, there's a certain couple scenes that are, like, Wausau or Wisconsin-ish. And to me, it's like, yeah, that's close enough. No, you get it. That's basically the vibe. There's no, like, having grown up in a town that just isn't romanticized or has a distinct personality that, like, no, why would you choose to live here? So it was hard for me to actually put my finger on this one. I had to think about this a lot over the last 2 weeks or so. Like, try to like, man, I obviously don't like this. It's gone. I was behind on it for so long.
Yeah. And then, like, I've restarted it twice. Yeah.
I've restarted episodes like, okay, I can't ignore anymore. I don't like the show. I just don't know why. And then that became the focus point of like, well, it's not any of the acting. The writing's fine.
Jean Triplehorn, who, God love her, is usually the weak link. I'm sorry, I don't really care for Jean Triplehorn as an actress. She has what is the probably one outright, okay, I don't know your character, this is messy scene.
I wouldn't even blame that on her. That feels like an unfinished written scene. Like, wait, is she the femme fatale here or the grandmaster?
Or is she sad?
She's playing this scene three different ways at the same time.
And the show wants her to be a tragic, kind of pathetic character because we end on the most pathetic, crying.
The fact that we end on her makes me think, what the fuck is the show's focus? Because I was like, I don't care about her at all. Why are we ending on this rather than Keith David telling a story or printing his book?
Right.
Ethan Hawke and his kid.
I was surprised when that stinger popped up.
I will even take the fucking two Indian mafia fucking guys from rival native mafias or whatever.
Right.
But ending on her on a karaoke, I was like, but she's the weakest character you all have written.
Right.
Like,
and not...
And the fact that you guys don't know that makes me think you're fucking up here.
What sympathy? Like,
well, she's crying, and I'm like, weird. Am I supposed to be sympathetic to this?
No,
am I supposed to feel, yeah, you deserve that? I don't.
No, and I think it, as far as what they wanted to get across in the show, and this is the vibe of it, is that it's just kind of sad. Like all of this crime is just fucking sad.
Sure.
But it feels more like somehow overall this thing feels like not just a modern noir novel, but more almost a modern Western. It has a Louis L'Amour, Lonesome Dove, Larry McMurtry kind of just cowboys rustling cattle slowly up the like at times. Only he's
there's a
picking
weirder
through.
version of this story that could be a Fargo season, and then there's a more realistic version of the story
It's a
that
Taylor
could be
Sheridan show,
or a Justified season.
right.
So if we were making it, but
to me, I like using that kind of cute folksiness to hide. To me, that's what Southern Gothic stuff does best.
Right.
Use cute folksiness to hide absolute moral decay.
So in that vibing thing, I was trying to figure out like why doesn't that vibing thing work for me? And so the only thing I could come up with is that like, okay, this vibing thing, I don't care about it. Anytime we're not solving the mystery, I want to go back to the mystery because that at least has forward momentum. And the only thing I can label it as is trying too hard. And what I mean by that is that there's scenes that everything is done right for what's in that scene seemed to be right, but also not necessarily for the rest of the show. They go to get the things inside the books, the
Letters. Yeah.
letters. Like, I don't need the books, I need the things inside the books. That might be the most pretentious thing you've ever said.
Fucking said to me. Yeah.
I
I love that his friend is like, man, I'm gonna be real. You're the kind of guy that could mean that either way.
But they go over there with that antique store guy and the
Who
kid
gets fucking hammered in that diner.
and they drive over. He's sitting on the bucket, which is funny, but also they show almost the whole drive over with them having a conversation in the car. Not really about anything, just furthering. And I'm like, I guess this furthers some character, but also for a character, I don't care about the antique guy. I want to see Keith David.
I can't stress enough how much not an ounce of that bothered me at all. Like, none of that jumped out at me.
Yeah.
I went back and watched the music scene that you were talking about, and was like, no, this is superfluous. The other scene was better. But I mean, none of that bugged me. All of that was not just didn't bug me, was a feature. Like, hanging out with them in the truck and the guy being on the bucket and his whole...
I could see it.
Like, I knew half these, like...
That one wasn't one a net negative. It was just okay, this isn't doing anything for me. I'm waiting for the story to kick back in again.
I was never waiting for the shit to kick back in. It was a constant story.
The music video part of it, where I
that
felt
also didn't jump out to me.
That one felt like and some of these feel like, okay, these are just not doing anything for me. Some of them felt like this is negative in a way that, that diner scene with him and his wife,
or ex-girlfriend,
his ex-girlfriend Tanis, the kid's mom, who looks great in that wedding dress. Not sure exactly how that cleavage line is going over with her family. But that scene ends on a thing that is really a strong emotional moment, and any editor or director worth their salt knows that's the end on that scene. That's the button.
Right.
Go to whatever you're doing next on that. And because they end that scene with him talking about her getting married, and he's like, well, you don't believe in the institution of marriage. Didn't you tell him that? I said yes. And he, like sputters for a minute, but you told me what? Why did you tell him that? And he's like, because I'm happy. Boom. End of scene. So there's a whole thing of like, wow, I thought I didn't believe in that, but what I really didn't believe in was marriage with you.
Yeah.
That's fucking devastating.
Yeah.
That's powerful. And all of a sudden we go back to the bookstore.
Well, we don't immediately. They do there's another scene.
Yeah, they do another thing.
But then we show Ethan Hawke trying to get back into solving the mystery, like trying to pin another thing up onto his board, but he's still wrecked from that.
Right.
And so that whole scene is him trying to combine those two things, like him trying to get back to the mystery while being destroyed.
And I would accept that better without the music video part of it. Like
it
song,
has a Cherokee singer song.
If he's just up on the board and getting back into the mystery, I'm like, oh, he's throwing himself back into his work.
Right.
But that song in there, I'm like, stop telling me how to feel about what he's feeling right now. I know.
I'll be real. So
what he's doing,
and it's one of the only people I know who, I'll be real, just doesn't like music and don't vibe with shows. Like, you never want things to just chill and vibe.
Anime sometimes I do. Like I really like Free Ren and Delicious
It's
and
very
Dungeons.
rare.
I
And I realize that like there's a spectrum of Andy Warhol filming a man's sleep for like 8 hours, or just reading a timeline of like
Yeah.
at 12:54 Ethan Hawke drove here.
and I guess I
But-
do. I really like the.
But I'm
sense
definitely on the closer to the.
I like a
watching the
sense
dude
of
sleep.
forward momentum
Mhm.
that scene accomplished a thing that we are now at least this much further in this story.
Mhm.
When I don't have that, I don't know where we are, and
Right.
it is immediately upsetting.
Right.
Of like I'm like a baby that doesn't understand where the couch is anymore because I've been moved slightly.
Yeah.
The not a great metaphor for me. The and I do understand music is used sometimes in scenes. I just don't really understand and I understand when it's effective. I don't really understand why.
I generally don't like lyrics used in like the needle drop of a song generally is risk even for me. Like I would rather them find an instrumental version of that song because I'm probably going to recognize the song, but lyrics are on point in a way they can get away with. They're in a song.
Mm-hmm.
But in a scene, like to your point, you'll often have like, hey, so there's a lot of subtext that the writers took a long time setting up here, and then the song comes in and goes, "Am sad, father died,"
I'm sad about my kid.
and like, God damn it, man, we were trying to do a fucking shit.
And
Subtle, man. So I do get that. Like,
so this is a lot of also. Do I not like this show because a scene like that happened, or do I not? Do I not like this show so I don't like that scene?
I don't know that you can separate them out because
there is a certain
scenes like that are part of Sterling Harjo's show.
After a certain thing of episode 4,
Uh-huh.
all of this started to just go, no, this is all low grade annoying. Not in a way that I'm turning this off,
Mm-hmm.
but also like, yeah, okay, I'm resentful of the amount of attention I have to pay to this. I actually kind of want to fold laundry during this and not.
But it's a little more complicated than that.
But it's more complicated because I'll look up and all of a sudden we are a little farther in the mystery because that scene was load bearing, but I didn't know it was.
Right.
I like the eclectic characters, but they don't. The show doesn't know which characters are going to play.
They fully lose the girl that he doesn't pay at the Deirdre, like the girl that works at the desk.
You don't see her for the last 2 episodes.
No, she's just gone.
She's just gone.
Yeah.
They even make a joke of like, "Where the fuck have you been?" "Oh, I was arrested."
Oh, it was a different thing though.
And that was, and that's funny, but also like, so you know that you're losing characters, and I'm every once in a while I have to go, "Where is Keith David? Why isn't?"
To me, the fault of this show,
The fact that Keith David is listed as a co-lead is bullshit.
No, because he might have the screen time for it, but he's not. Yeah, he should be in every. There's an episode with Dinklage, and I love Peter Dinklage. He should not be in the show. That should be a Keith David episode.
Peter Dinklage's episode is also a, to me, unnecessary story element because all that really says about Ethan Hawke is that he used to be a different guy,
and we know that. Like we get that. Yeah.
In a way that an older alcoholic is different than a younger alcoholic.
Right, you've learned to drink differently.
By the fact that he lived to be an older alcoholic means that they're fundamentally different.
Yeah, you're the last standing of your friend group.
Yeah. Kind of like how an old grizzled samurai I'm going to be more afraid of than a young samurai with like no scars on his body. Okay, so this guy has his shit figured out. He has a equilibrium.
And he basically kind of drags Dinklage along for part of the mystery.
What did you say when he like, "Oh, I don't drink anymore, just get me a beer"? He's beer sober.
Right.
And like, so him being beer sober, I'm like, that's an episode done. We don't have to do. Just say he's beer sober.
And we opened with that. Yeah. So part of the charm of this show for me and the hanging out with it is it's not just set in a real place. It's based on a real guy, and I feel like for the type of mysteries that this guy in real life exposed, there was no current justice to be done. There was no ticking clock on it. He just wouldn't leave it alone for the longest time, despite people coming after him personally, like pissing really rich people off. And when there's a moment where Ethan Hawke's like, "Man, I have nothing to lose. Like, you can embarrass the fuck out of me in the press."
Yeah.
And like I get the feeling it was real. The downside of this show, and something we've discussed a lot, and it comes up if you read books on screenwriting and shit, it's based on real stuff. And so consequently, the characters float in and out, and at points the mystery falls by the wayside because he's got a fucking parent-teacher meeting, and like things derail the reason you're watching the show.
Mm-hmm.
And
you forget Killer Mike is there as another writer he's working for.
And that's totally how, on the one hand, it's totally how real life works. And it's part of the charm of the show. On the other hand, it's not how efficient storytelling works. And so it always risks an annoyance.
There's also a thing of like,
because like if this weren't, I kept thinking to myself, if this weren't alluding to pulp novels and set basically in my area of the country, would I find, like, if this were set in Florida, Georgia, just anywhere else in the South, because Justified's great. I didn't finish it out. Like I've not seen every episode of Justified, because I love Kentucky. I don't live there, and I kept thinking, like, if this weren't set where I, in a little pocket I love, would I enjoy the real lifeness of it?
Even in the aspect,
because I don't want to live in Tulsa. I just kind of want to watch it for a few hours.
Even in the aspect of vibing with the show or setting a kind of a groove point, why the fuck aren't Tim Blake Nelson's letters openers and close?
So Tim Blake Nelson dies in the opening episode.
Yeah,
and it's part of the mystery exactly how it seems like a suicide. There's more to it, but he has written the series of letters, and he's a weirdo and a wannabe writer, and the letters are odd and flowery, and he's Tim Blake Nelson, and he's gay and closeted and odd for the South, and kind of has a Tennessee Williams thing going. But
the first words that my father said to me were, "What is wrong with him?"
Yep. The Pinchers were not kind to me. And, so he's written all these letters, and he's narrating as Ethan Hawke reads them.
Yeah.
And I don't mind.
And he appears in Ethan Hawke's,
like, he appears next
world,
to him.
like, yeah, which is kind of the most trippy the show ever gets.
Right.
Like, that never happens with anything else.
And he always appears in the same, like odd little suit. Except for the one time when you, like, flashback whenever you see him in real life. Yeah. But, and they do it in the first episode, and you understand the mechanic, and then he doesn't have the letters in the second episode, and so that honestly, losing him for one episode would have been fine with me.
Right.
And just to fully ingrain that this the mechanic, he's not in every episode, he's the letters. But then as soon as he gets those letters, well, he doesn't get the letters back quite fast enough. But once he gets the letters back, you have this beautiful mechanic that gives you the ability to use the living shit out of Tim Blake Nelson. And there's a Margot Martindale rule here. If you have the opportunity to cast Margot Martindale, you do it. Mm-hmm. If you have Tim Blake Nelson in your movie or show, whatever percentage you're using him in, double it. It's garlic. It's like the garlic rule. Did the recipe call for 1 head of Tim Blake Nelson? Use 2.
It also can't be that expensive. You could just ADR a lot of his stuff into a narration.
Man, it's the Coen brothers said about directing Sam Elliott. We can change all his lines around. You can't see his lips. It's fine. Like with that beard on, man, you could have Tim Blake say anything. You got enough footage to just ADR new shit.
And here is a poem I have entitled, "We Thought You Was a Toad."
Oh my God.
Like, it doesn't matter what he's saying.
Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou might be one of the only movies that fully uses him to
like the full
Nelson.
The full Nelson. Talking about a movie marathon,
right,
like pretty sure. Like, the full Nelson.
Not a half Nelson.
Like there's that mechanic. Keith David has a great opener until he unlocks the trunk, and there's a version of the story where they become buddies after he unlocks the trunk.
Right.
And instead, this one has to wait until the last episode because Keith David doesn't have really anything to do between the trunk opening and then the helping him out.
So Ethan Hawke's got a terrible pedo van that he drives around that finally fucking overheats. And for a little while, he doesn't have that van because he's driving around the car of the 2 skinheads, the aforementioned trunk he gets locked in, who are dead. I think it would have been perfectly reasonable and funny and easy because at that time, Keith David is still the PI that has been assigned to follow Ethan Hawke around. Mm-hmm. And for Hawke to just walk up to him and like, look, man, I haven't got a car. You have to follow me around anyway. so why don't you just drive and I'll tell you where we're going? Like, motherfucker, I'm not your chauffeur.
Yeah.
Like, well, you're not sitting in the back, dick ass. Like they, that would have been just for Ethan Hawke constantly throughout the show. Like every time he wants to go investigate something, calls Keith David. Like, why do you keep calling me?
The guy that
you're investigating my boss.
Well,
you drive me everywhere, dude.
Because he's a private investigator, but Ethan Hawke's doing all the private investigating.
Yes, Hawke is just a bookstore owner. Who just won't leave Truth Story in, who just won't leave shit alone. Like basically, that's his only. He's
a writer that never writes, and Keith David's an investigator that doesn't.
He does write. He does manage to hack out like 1,000 words for Killer Mike for. Which is how the skinheads get mad at him.
But that's going to be, if it's a crime story, he's going to be a detective no matter what occupation you give him.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
And he's always going to die on the hill. He's always going to... there's a moment where... I don't know where she thinks she's going to fucking get it, but there's a moment where Tim Blake Nelson's widow, Jean Triplehorn, offers him $200,000 to announce that the letters are fake and just cast doubt on all of it. And I'm like, he needs $200,000 more than anything on earth, but also you genuinely might be talking to the one man who
he's not going to take that.
Who will not like pridefully like you can't up the amount. It'll make him dig in harder.
Yeah.
That at some point he will cut his own nose off to spite you here. Like
there's a interesting theme that could be done here in regards to, and I think is done sometimes in the regards to that. Responsibility is the death of morality. That once you are responsible for someone or something, all of a sudden you have to make compromises for that thing or someone.
Because like his ex is compromising herself a little bit for responsibility. He refuses to, but it makes him insanely irresponsible. There's somebody at one point says to him, I think it's his daughter, who if you do something good and it comes out bad every time, is it really good? Like you keep saying that I think it might be Chuddo, the grandson of
Chuddo has a thing at the end which is a good line, and someone needs to say it to him. Like, you always fuck up. Like everything goes to shit around you, but Chuddo doesn't know him well enough to really give him that speech. Right. But he's the only one around. Like, there's a couple things where events have to happen, and you think that they're going to carry along, here's where a thing comes through, like the letters, or the trunk with Keith David, and now that reveal. But they kind of sit around and are forgotten, like the car itself, the two
dipshits burning that car,
burning the car, and the skinheads see it on their video, making a music video about it.
And each of these things sets off like a tiny next event, but not a big. Like they don't keep coming back.
It forces a confrontation with Peter Dinklage.
This is why we have so many side characters. That these things don't interlock. They like the next time some tiny thing happens, it will be different people in the show.
And I would like consolidate some of this, or just really like, hey, so I know that you like to vibe, and that's where your character shit comes from, but characters can also develop during events. Like, sometimes these events can spin up and evolve, like, since that character knows this now, or like Keith David, there's no reason Keith David and Ethan Hawke aren't hanging out or friends, because right after that trunk, like, you just saved me.
Right.
In a way that he saved him more than when he later saves him and is oh my god, you saved me.
Keith David's insanely literate, so they should click on that. Like, they get along, they should be besties. And they would be, because
the last episode
they get stuck together for that last two episodes.
The last episode is so good it makes me mad, because I was like, this is what we could have been having the whole time. The fact that Keith David saves him in that weird church.
When he runs into the fucking white supremacist church where Ethan Hawke is yelling citizens arrest.
He has no idea what he's doing.
In a church where when they pull it, I can't believe it took him that long to pull out the assault rifles. Like, that church is
for sure
military armed. But when he runs in and like, I'm an FBI agent, this man is insane and an asshole, and
the
it is some running scared.
And then he gets shot and is like, I've been shot. I think I'm dying.
Oh my god, it's some 80s buddy comedy shit.
Stop bleeding! I got an idea. Stop bleeding!
Stop bleeding! When he takes him to the fucking vet, like, we used to break in here all the time and steal drugs.
Animals.
What? And gives him
this is a muscle relaxant.
Well,
Is it
motherfucker,
Advil
is
or
it
is it like
Advil or is it like
Advil?
Advil? It's like Advil. Bovine vaginal muscle relaxant.
This is for cow pussy.
The cow's 10 times the size of cow pussy. It's about your size. Oh man, when he's just over there mooing in the fucking, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Oh,
moo.
kill you, motherfucker.
Oh my god, Keith David is hilarious.
Yeah, in a way that, and I realized that he's kind of through the side of the show, and every once in a while they cut to him being disillusioned by his buddy / boss. But in my mind, it's like, okay, he's not furthering a whole lot by doing that, because even then, we had to wait until the last episode for Ethan Hawke to really kick things off before Keith David gets involved. Betty Jo is got to be their worstly written character, because, well, she's just ill-defined because we need her to do a couple different things throughout the plot.
When she calls Frank, I mean, it's dumb as fuck that Ethan Hawke calls her, but
Yeah.
it's outright evil. Like, that's the moment that goes from, okay, you left a door unlocked thinking that someone was going to scare your husband, but that person contracted dipshits who contracted dipshits.
Yeah.
And by the time we got down to the copy of a copy, the idiots
Yeah.
that showed up I believe that you didn't think anyone would get hurt. That's how evil I get that. When she calls Frank about that will, she has to know
You
that
gotta know that
someone was going to
person's
get
gonna
their
get
legs broke at least.
Yeah.
And yeah, that Graham Greene ends up dead is just I was that whole scene. I'm waiting for him to go find a gun somewhere in that house, because you know there is one.
Well, Frank has no idea what he's doing there either.
Oh my god!
And the
that
fact
man
that
looks like he's dying inside. The longer Graham Greene talks about relatives that may or may not be real.
And then there's a thing like, and of course it's just like, well, I already don't like the show, so this is I'm finding this annoying. This isn't really what's fucking up the show, but the DA decides that day to not press charges, and I'm like, that's too fast. But I guess this is the we
don't have another episode. Like
we don't have another episode, so we have to do this now.
And they want to be able to tell you what happened. Yeah.
And so but also, you'd at least have to put up the premise that he doesn't own. This is an old West town.
And to me, that's one of those that's so easy to just throw in the papers, like as Ethan Hawke's sitting there, 6 months later with his feet kicked up.
Yeah.
With the window still not fixed.
Or just that there's going to be an investigation, but Hawke knows he's going to beat that.
No, he'll beat that. Yeah.
But there has to be an investigation.
Have somebody well, that's justice, and Hawke be like, no, it's not. He's going to beat that.
He's going to beat that.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's going to beat it yet, but I'm sure they'll find an excuse, because they say it's self-defense and stand your ground, but I'm like, no, but he went there.
He says stand your ground like 3 times. Like, you were in the other guy's castle. How is it castle doctrine?
But he broke in
the other man's castle.
Don't get me wrong. I think you'll beat this, but after a lot of legal fees.
But not for the castle doctrine reason you think, buddy.
Yeah. And it's... I think the show's shorthand of rich people get out of stuff, after they spend money and effort. They don't just magically get out of stuff because they are rich, and people are like, oh, you shucks, you're just... No... Money has to change hands, and a event for police has to I'll hold a fundraiser for police, or something has to go down.
Well, I do like Ethan Hawke looking at when they're trying to chase Frank, and Keith David calls it into I'm a PI. This is my number. I've got a suspect in blah blah blah, and then he gives his name and hangs up, and I don't know, 10 minutes later, Hawke's like, hey man, no, listen.
You hear anything?
No, there's no one coming because you said his name.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's... No. Well, no. Yeah.
Right. I don't know. It was one of those things that, man, I gotta recognize that this is a good... this is a well-made show, and that it is interesting, and yet somehow not compelling to me in a way that it really needs to be.
It's deeply unfortunate how completely wrong you are.
How dare you?
No, mileage varies, but I, on the other hand, completely enjoyed this show and will probably end up rewatching it. I enjoyed hanging out with it. So I think that's a good call for folks to throw in the first episode and see if you enjoyed this or didn't, because you'll know, I think, pretty quick. You're either going to get to the end of the first episode and go, no, this is slow. Someone tell me how this ends.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're going to get to the end of the first episode and go, yeah, is all the rest of this out right now? No, just leave it playing. This is great. Because, yeah, I've been straight through this.
Also, what's her name playing Tannis gonna be in more stuff.
Oh, my God, cast her in everything. Fucking love her. She's so good. And this kid, seriously, the actress playing his daughter, I'm assuming is going to have like a Fanning, Anya Taylor.
She's
like,
quite good.
She's going to have a run of she's going to be that kid in everything for the next few years. Seriously. That's probably going to wrap it up for us this week. Tune in next week. We're going to head over to Apple TV and check out Vince Gilligan and Rhea Seehorn's new show, Pluribus.
We are. Wait,
We are.
Pluribus?
Pluribus.
Well, that's fucking... So it's an Apple show and it's called Pluribus?
Yep.
Oh, that's...
But it's Vince
well.
Gilligan and Rhea Seehorn, so
Okay.
we'll see. Horn.
I
That's
get
the
it.
entire joke. And until next time.
We're out. Appreciate you pausing to make sure I got that.
Yeah, I
I
just
want you
know.
to
Make
go, like, don't want me to be left behind.
This town is about to explode.
Stash is sweet.
Dude, there's blood on the... Is this blood money?